Imagination is a very powerful tool that the brain has that as we get older, many people tend to forget about or not use it as much. We live in a world full of imagination. An idea starts off as a picture in the mind, which then starts to grow and develop a life of its own, until one day it's a reality, not just an idea. If we didn't live in a world full of creative Imagineers, we wouldn't have half the things that we do today. Without imagination, there would be no music, stories, and art, to name a few. Since the mariner and his crew were suffering from not having anything to drink, which caused them to become dehydrated, which then led to their mouths being dried, the mariner had to use his imagination to come up with a solution. The solution was to bite his arm and suck his own blood because that was the only liquid available to them at this point. The extreme drought was actually the first stage of suffering that the mariner goes through. In Disney's Pirates of the Caribbean, extreme thirst was one of the first curses the Ghost crew suffers as well. At this point, the mariner is describing what he believes death to look like, and that the death is coming to him in the form of a ship and a lady. The death ship takes all the lives of all of his sailors, but not his. This is coming to him in the form of hallucination with a little bit of reality because of how dehydrated he is from the first stage of suffering, and this is also a form of imagination. Coleridge uses the tool of a strong active imagination to become a mode of transportation, transcending through unpleasant circumstances. Coleridge uses and explores dreams as a symbol in his poetry to express the power of imagination and the inaccessible clarity of vision. The entire poem is an example of the power of imagination. He uses a technique where the speaker temporarily abandons the immediate surroundings and brings not only the speaker but the reader as well on a journey by bringing them to a new experience. By using imagination this way, it is not only empowering and surprising because it gives support for disrespect of time and place. The mariner and Jonah are similar because they both became cursed. Jonah became cursed for not listening to God and going in the direction he wanted to and sneaking onto a boat where the sailors then believe he is cursed. Jonah then offers himself as a sacrifice to try and rid himself of the curse, and he spends 3 days and 3 nights in the large fish's body. He then prays to God the entire time. The mariner kills the albatross, which was a symbol of good luck to the sailors. They then believe that the bird was bad luck because it brought bad foggy weather with them. After their ship becomes stranded, they believe that the killing of the bird was bad luck, so they hang the corpse of the body around the mariner as if it was a cross, and the mariner then has to try and rid himself of the sin.